It shows them on the runway.
This dramatic video appearing to capture the moment a Frontier Airlines flight hit a trespasser on the runway as it was about to take off for Los Angeles. According to the airline, smoke was reported in the cabin and the pilots aborted takeoff.
There does appear to be human remains on the runway.
It's unclear how this person made it through, but this is what the perimeter looks like. A fence with barbed wire and still more than half a mile away from the nearest runway.
Everybody move away from the aircraft. Everybody get away from the aircraft. Away from the aircraft.
You can see the people looking in the engine.
We know the person struck and killed was at least consumed by one of the engines, causing a brief engine fire.
Consumed by one of the engines. Yo, I'm Justin Freakin. Right-wingers keep trying to mock me for my sub and view count on YouTube, so I guess I'll be a good content creator and do what the algorithm gods demand and tell you to like the video. Or dislike it for all I care. I know I'm not a very likable personality. But if you do enjoy the vibes around here, be a good subby and seduce that subscribe button. And if you want to find out what that news be doing Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific on the Troll Patrol Live, then be sure to hit that bell the way I would hit the bong. Someone was trespassing on the runway of an airport. They ran across the runway and were apparently sucked into the engine, and chaos ensued.
This dramatic video appearing to capture the moment a Frontier Airlines flight hit a trespasser on the runway as it was about to take off for Los Angeles.
I heard like a loud boom. People started screaming.
The collision happening last night just after 11 p.m. Frontier Flight 4345 was on the runway at Denver International in the process of taking off when, according to the airport, a pedestrian jumped the perimeter fence and was hit just 2 minutes later while crossing the runway.
We just hit somebody. We have an engine fire.
According to the airline, smoke was reported in the cabin and the pilots aborted takeoff.
There does appear to be human remains on the runway.
Pilots deploying emergency slides to evacuate the plane.
Stay low, jump.
Videos from on board showing the chaotic aftermath, passengers sliding down.
People were just crying and grabbing on their loved ones and hugging their loved ones.
The Airbus A321 was carrying 224 passengers and 7 crew members. 12 people reporting minor injuries and 5 people were transported to local hospitals.
It's unclear how this person made it through, but this is what the perimeter looks like. A fence with barbed wire and still more than half a mile away from the nearest runway.
To have them walk out onto a runway, it's exceedingly rare. It happens in some countries more frequently, but not here in the U.S.
Back in 2020, a man managed to walk on the wing of a passenger jet. And in 2024, authorities found a passenger dead inside a plane engine in Salt Lake City after he breached an emergency exit onto the airfield.
Oh, I remember
Passengers
that.
finally made it to LAX on a new Frontier flight. Tonight, the affected runway now back in operation, as Transportation Secretary Duffy warns no one should.
Did you see the engine? There are other pictures, and they're kind of wild. You can see the people looking in the engine. Apparently, it's there's a lot of force that will suck you right into an airplane's engine and will dice you up.
Back in operation, as Transportation Secretary Duffy warns no one should ever trespass on an airport.
I mean, it's just bonkers. I don't know why anybody would actually do that.
And Liz Kreutz joins live from Denver International Airport. Liz, any updates on the injured passengers?
Yeah, Jose, officials say that 4 of the 5 passengers hospitalized have been released. We don't know the condition of that 5th person. Authorities have also not released the identity of that trespasser or said anything at this point about a potential motive. Jose.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay
Shut up,
updated
Tom
on breaking
Llama.
news and top stories on the NBC News.
We want to bully Lester again. We've got audio from the air traffic controllers as it was happening. Also, new video that was just released in the last couple of hours, so stay tuned for that.
A person walking on the runway was struck and killed by a Frontier Airlines jet that was headed to LAX.
And now investigators trying to figure out exactly how that person ended up on the runway in the first place. Eyewitness News reporter Dominique Newland live at LAX this morning with new video into our newsroom. Dominique.
Irene, Tim, good morning. This is a sad situation for all of those involved. We're still waiting to get details on how exactly this happened, but new this morning, we have video in of the passengers aboard that Frontier plane in Denver headed to LAX.
Everybody move away from the aircraft. Everybody get away from the aircraft. Away from the aircraft.
A warning, these details are graphic, but we know the person struck and killed was at least consumed by one of the engines, causing a brief engine fire. We also
Consumed by one of the engines. That's one way to put it. Consumed by one of the engines.
have audio from air traffic control when the incident took place. Take a listen.
Tower Frontier 4345, we're stopping on the runway. We just hit somebody. We have an engine fire.
Can you know the souls on board?
We have 231 souls on board. There was an individual walking across the runway.
We've got smoke in the aircraft. We're going to evacuate on the runway.
As you heard, pilots reported smoke in the cabin, forcing them to begin an evacuation via slides. The individual struck was walking on the easternmost part of the runway of Denver International Airport around takeoff just after 11 o'clock last night. At least one minor injury to a passenger was reported, and all those on board the plane were evaluated, and that's standard procedure following an evacuation. In a statement from Frontier, the airline said, quote, "We are investigating this incident and gathering more information in coordination with the airport and other safety authorities. We are deeply saddened by this event," end quote. And as you heard, at the time of that crash, there were 231 passengers on board. There is one Frontier flight that's set to land here at LAX at around 8:55 this morning, but still no word from Frontier exactly when those passengers aboard that affected flight will land at some point here at LAX this morning. And that active investigation will, of course, be keeping you posted on the latest as we get it in. But for now, reporting from LAX, Dominique Newland, ABC 7.
A man jumped the fence at Denver Airport, ran across a runway as a plane was taking off, was consumed by one of the engines, is how they described it. Sucked into one of the engines is what happened. We have new footage just released in the last few hours. Is the person that was sucked into the engine going to recover? No, Cricks. They did. They very did. There's new footage just released in the last few hours. It shows them on the runway. Well, that shows you how close they were to the engine. That's how you get sucked into an engine. Wow. They're just walking along on the runway. Insane. Were they intoxicated? Were they having a mental break? Do you think you would see a plane coming and get the fuck out of the way?
Flight 1 and 1 back on one more click before we hit the set an alert when that shit goes live. Social fucking support and hit subscribe. Light one up and take a hit. He does no harm, but it takes no shit. He's the last one standing when the ship is sinking. Let's take another rip for Justin Freakin.
Light one up, tip one back. I'm Justin Freakin.
Not high enough for this shit.